Hello everyone and welcome back to this European Journeyman series with Benfica. Today we've got a massive game against our rivals Porto. We are at home. As you can see in the league table, we're currently 5 points clear of Porto, who are just behind Maritimo, so they need a win today to take back third place. But we have to win to close that gap on Sporting Lisbon down to just 1 point again. They have been absolutely just impeccable so far this season. Their only defeat was to us. So we've really got a job to do to keep pace with them. We have been doing very well this season. Just costly mistakes in individual games are the only reason that we aren't doing better. And we've got 3 games left to go in the end of this year, and then the winter break will start. And following that winter break, we will actually be bringing in some new transferred players, some very exciting players as well, which I have discussed in a previous episode, but we'll look at them in greater detail when they arrive at the club. For now, we need to beat Porto and Maritimo, and then we can start to think about getting ready for that winter break, because the game against CD Chavez should be quite easy for us to get through. In terms of how we're lining up for this one, we are using the home formation. I don't want to go too gung-ho from the first whistle, but Jimenez is joined by Gaitan and Silva. We've got Horta, Fosu Mensah and Kubas in central midfield, with Grimaldo, Jardel, Mamana and Lindelof across the back line, and Ederson is in goal. Gaitan with the corner, sent to the back stick. There's a foul in there from Pereira. We've got a penalty 7 minutes into this game. It's going to be Jimenez to take the penalty. Can he give us a lead? No shots on target yet, but he's found the bottom corner. We're 1-0 up. It's 22 goals for Raul Jimenez. Tellez sends the ball to Bruma from the throw-in. He sends it back to Verdasca. Now Pires. Out wide to Corona. He's cutting in the middle, but he's given the ball away to Horta. Now Fosu Mensah can maybe launch a ball over the top. Horta instead finds Jimenez. Team needs to get forward a little bit more. The midfield's certainly sitting a bit deep. But here's Lindelof as we are moving slowly up the pitch. Horta. Back to Mamana. Now Fosu Mensah. Mamana again. Out wide, but Bruma cuts it out. Andre tackled by Fosu Mensah. Horta through to Rafa Silva. He's got Jimenez across and he really should have squared it. Gaitan with the corner. Sends it to the back stick. Abubakar on. And there is Jimenez to fire it in. Abubakar sent it back into the danger zone. Kubas nodded it down. And Jimenez drilled it into that bottom corner for 2-0. Grimaldo. Back to Kubas. Now Lincoln. Forward to Gaitan. Jimenez on a hat-trick as Grimaldo has the ball. Lincoln to Samaris. Now Jimenez slips it through. And Rafa can't beat Fernandez. Well, there is a full-time whistle. Porto failed to get a single shot on target in that game as we get a very good victory over Porto that closes the gap on Sporting back down to 1 point and gives us a nice 8-point cushion over 3rd and 4th place. Well, the Europa League knockout draw is here, and it's worth having a look at some of the teams in this draw because Arsenal are in there, Ajax are in there, Monaco are in there, Moscow, Dortmund, Milan are in there, Leicester as well. Napoli will be a big team to take out. Sevilla will be very tough, and Valencia are in there, so there's a chance we could be drawn against our former club. It's not the easiest of Europa League draws, but we'll get through it now and see if any big teams are drawn against each other. Arsenal given a pretty easy passage. We've been drawn with Leipzig. We'll just quickly go through the rest. Dortmund looking like an easy draw. Same for Milan. Napoli should go through there. Ajax should also come through. Sevilla, Leicester, a real life draw there, except it was in the Champions League. Sassuolo and Anderlecht, not exactly a giant tie. And Moscow get Valencia. So we'll have a quick look at Valencia and see how they're doing because they are really not doing well. They've got Jurgen Klopp in charge, but they're sitting in 14th place in the league. They do have 2 games in hand, but they're a long way off the 2nd place that we led them to before. And at the moment, it looks like the 2 big clubs are struggling. And had we stayed, we would be in and around the title race, I think. If you have a quick look at their transfer history, you'll see they brought absolutely nobody in. Just Charlotto from Sporting. These 3 players were ones that I signed on free transfers for them before I left. So it's a sign that they've actually had more players go out, with Santamina going to Celta Vigo and Martinez moving to Aston Villa. So they're really struggling right now since we left, which is a sign of how well we did at that club while we were there. But this draw is going to be interesting. We should get through against Leipzig, so it's about what happens in the rest of the draw. Well, away against Maritimo, it is going to be a tough draw, but we need to make it into the next stage of the Portuguese Cup. That's why Jimenez and Zivkovic are leading the line, with Lincoln back just behind them. It sends Samaris, Horta and Fosu Mensah in midfield, with Grimaldo, Jardel, Lindelof and Semedo in the back four, and Ederson in goal. Grimaldo to Horta. Now Samaris plays it down the line to Jimenez. Lincoln back to Horta again. He finds Fosu Mensah in a good area. Ball over to Semedo, who's free, in on goal, and finds the back of the net to put us in front. Prudence pushes the ball out wide to Cardoso. He pulls it back. Jardas arriving. Finds Lopez, but Semedo just dummies there, I think, and he's got the ball. He can bring it forward. Here's Zivkovic. He plays it on to Lincoln. He's looking for Raul Jimenez, who's got the ball and found the top corner. An excellent finish from Raul Jimenez. Mamana to Horta. Now Lincoln. Forward to Samaris. Loftus-Cheek through. And it's come to Semedo, who has made it 3-0. Murillo having a run. Beaten by Mamana to the ball. Now Lincoln plays it forward. Zivkovic is released. He's got 4 players arriving. Ball taken away from him. And now Andrade is on the run. He's got a man in the middle. It's Murillo who can play it across. Lopez is always going to score that one. It's a goal back for Maritimo. It's not going to change the result in the end. Ramos has won the ball. He plays it out to Murillo. Nearly full time as he charges down the right. Pulls it across, and Andrade has got a second one back for Maritimo. It's now 3-2. Well, our team completely switched off at the end of that game, but fortunately we had enough goals to make sure we got through to the next round. I'm not going to be too worried about the goals we conceded towards the end. The main thing was getting the victory. The final match before the winter break is away against Chavez. We really need to win to make sure we keep that pressure up on Lisbon and go into the winter break in the right frame of mind. Zé Gomez is going to start up front with Jimenez, Gaitan just behind them, with Samaris, Cubas and Fosu Mensah in midfield. Grimaldo's at left back. Jardel is partnered by Mamana for this one, so Lindelof shifts out to the right hand side with Ederson still in goal. Gaitan's free kick, edge of the area into the middle. It comes back to him. There's Fosu Mensah. Gaitan's effort strikes the post. Grimaldo into Samaris. Ball pulled back to Gaitan again. It deflects away. Now Fosu Mensah loses the ball to Le. Mario. Ball over. Mendes has got it. Grimaldo gets it back and he's released to Gomez, who's actually onside and has put it just wide. Horta with the corner, puts it into Jardel, and Mamana at the back post has not missed that one. He powers the header in to give us the breakthrough. Grimaldo to Horta. Ball over to Lincoln. He plays it forward to Samaris, back with Lincoln. Horta to Raul Jimenez. They've got everybody behind the ball, even though they're 1-0 down. Lincoln can't make his way through. Ederson picks up the ball, plays it out. Lindelof, forward to Fosu Mensah, now Samaris. Can he find the gap? It's Lincoln who's tackled. Fosu Mensah again to Samaris. Ball just ricocheting around, but Zivkovic has it, and his effort has somehow gone in. The goalkeeper really had to stop that one. Lincoln's corner, cleared away. Fosu Mensah has it in a lot of room as well. He finds Zivkovic, who makes it 3-0. There is a full-time whistle. Chavez had just one effort on goal as we had 65% possession and 30 shots in a game we totally dominated. It took a while to get the breakthrough, but that win does at least temporarily put us at the top of the league. Well, the January transfer window is open. There's a bit of news to tell you about. That is that we've sold Rafa Silva to Hoffenheim for just £7.5 million. It's mostly just because he wasn't playing for us. He had 6 appearances in the first half of the season, so he's just a little bit unnecessary, and we've got such a big squad already. And given we've got 3 incredible players having just joined the club, We really need to make room. We've spent £61 million on these three players. The first one, a familiar face from the Newcastle days. Lewis Cook has joined the club. He will play in the centre of midfield. We've also brought in Thiago Maia, that absolute wonder kid who always becomes an incredible player. He's going to be our leading defensive midfielder. And then we brought in Jesus Vallejo, who's going to play at centre-back. He will be fighting with Jardel and Lindelof in those centre-back positions. Twanzebe and Fosu Mensah have been pushed into the under-19s. I can't terminate their loans, even though I want to. But I think the squad is pretty much where I want it to be at this point in this season. I would still like to bring in a striker if we can, but that might have to wait until next season. Well, there's a few changes to the team for this one as Lewis Cook and Jesus Vallejo come in to make their debuts in the middle. We've still got Jimenez, Zivkovic and Lincoln leading the line. Horta and Samaris join Cook in central midfield. Jardel is partnering Vallejo with Semedo and Grimaldo, the two fullbacks, and Alex Murray is going to start in goal. Jardel over to Horta. Ball sent back to Murray. Now Vallejo has it. Finds Cook, the other new signing. Lincoln can charge forward from midfield. He picks out Jimenez, who's on the left flank. Ball comes through to Semedo. He's turning around, trying to get the ball in the box. He does, and Zivkovic finds a gap at the near post for 1-0. Lincoln's free kick in towards Zivkovic. It comes back to Lincoln, who finds Lewis Cook, who's hit the woodwork. Lincoln forward to Jimenez, and that's a horror tackle from Landini, who I think is going to get a straight red card for that. The referee calls him over, and there it is, a straight red card. We'll be playing 10 men for the second half. Lincoln, or Cook rather, sends it forward, and Zivkovic has got beyond the defenders. He's on his own, and it's deflected wide. Grimaldo into Lincoln. Now Fernandez. Ball cleared away by the last man. Vallejo has it. Good ball out wide to Grimaldo. He takes it forward, puts the cross in early. It's come to Gelson Fernandez, and his effort curls into the far post to make it 2-0. Well, there's the full-time whistle. We really should have got more than 2 goals, but it's still a very good win for the team. And it means that we're pretty much guaranteed our place in the next round. We just need to beat Vitória to make sure we win the group. Well, this is the first of 2 matches against Vitória. We need to at least avoid defeat today to make sure we qualify from our group in the League Cup. Then we'll take them on in the league. They're currently sitting in 11th place in the league, so we should be winning this game without too much difficulty. There's no real surprises in the team. We have switched to the home formation with Zivkovic and Gaitan on the wings alongside Jimenez. Horta, Cook and Kubas are the midfield with Grimaldo, Jardel, Vallejo and Semedo in the back 4. Cook to Horta. He sends it out to Grimaldo. 4 in the box to Weymouth. It's cleared out. Semedo to Horta, whose effort has gone straight into the top corner. The keeper didn't even try to save it. Horta across to Cook. Ball spread to Semedo. He's got people arriving in the box as he looks to the far stick. Jimenez not had his effort saved by the keeper, but it fell to Zivkovic's feet as he tucked it into the empty net. Well, it's another very comfortable win for us, 2-0 as we win all of our League Cup group stage matches. It means that we do qualify top of the group, 3 points clear, and we're into the next round. Well, the final match of this episode is the exact same fixture as last time. It's just taken place in the league this time, with Lincoln coming in on the left flank and Zivkovic in on the right flank. Jimenez again on his own through the middle. Horta and Cook are going to be backed up by Thiago Maia, who is eligible to play. And then we've got Grimaldo, Jardel, Vallejo and Pinheiro in the back 4. Murray continuing in goal. Lincoln's corner. Looking for Vallejo, heads it down to Jardel, and the 2 centre-backs have linked up to get us our first goal of the game. Grimaldo's free kick, edge of the area, cleared away. Pinheiro should pick it up though. He then sends it out wide to Grimaldo, the other full-back. He puts the cross in, Lincoln's header falls to Fernandez, who really should have buried that chance. Jardel forward to Horta, now Fernandez. Back to Jardel again. He finds Horta, now Lincoln in a good position. Can he get the ball in? He does. Zeke Gomez is there to make it 3-0. The points are all wrapped up for us. Or 2-0 rather. The points all secure though. Well, there's the full-time whistle. Our return to league action is a successful return as we pick up 3 more points in the title race. We're still 1 point behind Sporting, who are continuing to be as impeccable as we are. But Porto 8 points behind still, and the rest of the pack falling even further behind. It's a 2-horse title race now with just 1 point in it. Well, it's another perfect episode for us. Our start to life at Benfica has been pretty exceptional. Just 3 games that we failed to win. They were annoying defeats, all 3 of them. The one against Rangers didn't matter, but the 2 in the league definitely did, and they came against teams we really should have been beating. Now, next time out, we are more league focused. We will have the quarter-final of the Portuguese Cup and the semi-final of the League Cup against Braga. 2 games I'm expecting us to win. And there's no major threats in the league fixtures either. They're all teams that we should be beating quite comfortably, most of them in the bottom half of the table. So that should be a decent chance for us to get some more points on the board and try and catch Lisbon, who will hopefully slip up sometime soon. Otherwise, we're going to have to rely on beating them away. But that game isn't till right near the end of the season. So still a lot to look forward to. We're also still in the January transfer window, and things could still happen in transfer-wise. But drop a like on the video if you have enjoyed it, and make sure to subscribe if you want to see how we get on going forward. But until next time, see ya!